Hey guys, it's Jessie Hazen, and today I'm here with the one, the only, the incredible Jocelyn Alice. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
So great to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Last time I saw you was back in December.
Yes.
You were playing a show here in Toronto.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Did you like it?
That was my first time seeing you live ever. My friend called me up and he's like, hey, this chick Jocelyn's playing Adelaide Hall. Let's go check it out. No makeup. No hair done. I was like, I'm going to just put a ball cap on and let's hope to God I do not meet her after the show. But once you came out on that stage, the first note you hit, I looked at my friend Jeremy and I was like, holy sugar snaps.
Really?
That girl can sing. Aww. And I'm pretty critical. Like, I am fussy with my music because I love music. You just killed it. So I wanted to meet her afterwards. So I sucked it up with my ball cap, found her, and we took a selfie.
Yeah, which is like the best picture ever taken, by the way. I keep staring at my own face like, wow.
Lighting, and I might have done a little bit of Photoshop.
Then I put another
you
filter.
were perfect. It was to help me. And we might have like Kim K5's filters on or something, but hey, it worked out. So what people don't know is that your career started about over a decade ago.
Yes.
Most people know you as the Jackpot singer,
Yeah.
but you had almost a full career before this.
Yeah, I've been hustling for like a long time now. It's kind of crazy.
That's great. So now it's all happening.
Yeah.
So about a year ago, you posted a video, a Kickstarter video, for your first ever solo album.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that, how that all happened.
Kickstarter really allowed me to kind of organize my creativity and take my vision and put it into action, and gave me some amazing deadlines to have to follow, which I'm kind of still following, which is amazing. Jackpot came off of an album that I didn't end up releasing, which I'm quite proud of making that decision. In the midst of it, it was really hard. I had to cancel a tour, cancel an album that they were all expecting to get. But now that I'm writing music with the producers that I'm with and being the human being that I've evolved into, I look back and I'm like, I'm so glad that I made that decision.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
Right? And that's a great reason because you are releasing amazing stuff.
Oh, thank you.
I heard a snippet of a new song that might be coming out soon.
Yeah, you
Blew
did.
my mind. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. But even before we get to Jackpot, so you have had many achievements before the Jackpot song. For instance, you had music featured on One Tree Hill,
Yeah.
Pretty Little Liars, which I love, the movie Dear Santa, and you were the voice for like one of the biggest Target commercials.
Yeah.
Tell us how that all happened. Like, do you still remember getting the phone call, the email being like, we want you? What was going through your mind?
Target was crazy.
I can imagine.
I got an email from the publishing company I was working with at the time that was like, you know, we need this song in 24 hours. Can you get a producer together? Can you record this song? Can you learn this song? And then within, I think it was like 2 weeks, it was across North America.
That's a fast process.
It was the fastest I've ever seen in terms of publishing. Like, it's pretty crazy. And it's funny because that commercial was the first time where, you know, I decided it's probably time for me to look at a solo career. I was in a band, and my bandmate at the time sat me down and was like, you got to do this. You've got to go solo and you've got to try this. Like, I know you're not going to be happy unless you do. And I look back, I'm like, that was 2 years ago almost exactly. And now I have a gold record and a record label behind me and a whole team of people that are supporting me. And yeah, that was definitely the beginning. And I mean, Pretty Little Liars, One Tree Hill was amazing because that was like my very first placement in anything was Pretty Little Liars. And I was like, just started a band and the band had broken up and it was kind of a devastating time for me.
You needed that.
Yeah, I kind of needed that. It was very uplifting.
And was that a show that you were watching before it all started?
No.
No?
If I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
No. But I definitely got hooked for that season for sure. I was like,
great.
man.
I still watched it. And they have a way of just keeping you interested. I mean, it's been how many seasons? Like 8 or 9 now? And I'm still hooked on it. So it's great.
That's
and
amazing.
I did rewatch your episode with your song and I had goosebumps. I was like, that's so cool. I know her.
God.
So that was amazing. So speaking of gold records, so Jackpot was released in December of 2014.
Yes.
And it's almost up to 1 million YouTube views right now.
I know.
What's going through your mind when you see this stuff happening?
Well, I mean, I think half of me is like, finally! Like, I've worked so many years, you know, and I've been dreaming this up for such a long time. Like, finally, it's happening. And then the other side of me is like, what? Like, I just never thought that it would go this far, this fast, you know? So there's a lot of juxtapositions in my life and in the way that I feel about it right now.
Right, because that was like a few months. December and I think August it was certified gold.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fast. That was great.
Well, and it only really got added to radio in May. So it only took like 3 or 4 months for it to sell that many, which is So crazy.
Crazy.
And people aren't really selling singles anymore. You know, so it's extra wild for sure.
Definitely. So,
Yeah.
million views almost, certified gold. You were the top of the charts all summer long. When did it click or realize that, oh my God, my song is famous?
I still have a lot of moments of like, what? You know what I mean? And it's cool because even though people don't really know who I am yet, I've found that, you know, my friends will introduce me to people and be like, oh, you know, you've heard her song. You don't know who she is, but you've heard her song. And they're like, oh, I don't know. And then they sing the song to them and they're like, oh, yeah, you know,
The
I'm
light
like,
goes
wow.
on. And it's like, oh my God, it's her.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I played this show in Vancouver a few weeks ago at the Vogue Theatre for Sing It Forward, which was amazing. And I started singing the song, and it was very acoustic, our version. And there were two girls in the front row, and they were like, this isn't her song. This is not her song. She's covering it. Like, calm down. And then I stopped in the middle of the song and was like, it's my song, guys.
Yes, I saw that video. I loved it. It was like the best thing ever. And at one point, I heard you scream at someone, don't laugh at me.
Yeah.
What was that about? I need to know the story.
That was my friend
Was it?
Austin was
Okay.
in the audience, and I did something stupid, which I always do, and he laughed, and I recognized his laugh and was like, don't, man.
See, I thought she had beef with fans already. I was like, oh Lord, here's
Oh,
Nikki and
gosh.
Miley feud happening soon.
I'm not a beefer.
Love it. So you've had the chance to play huge shows recently. You did the NHL Face-Off event.
Yeah.
You played a huge show in Buffalo, New York, and recently iHeartRadio. Do you still remember getting those phone calls being like, we want you to play this show? Like, what was happening?
Well, Buffalo was 14,000 people. Alessia Cara, Robin Thicke, Charlie Puth, all these crazy people. And then me, I was like, okay, crazy.
But I told you December. What was that night?
Yeah.
I said, you deserve to be right next to those people. You go and kill it. And I meant it.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you.
you
Oh,
deserve
yeah,
to be with
because it
them.
was the night after
Yes, it was a
that
few days
Toronto
after, yeah.
show. Yeah, that was one gig where I refused to allow myself to think about it until I arrived at the arena, because I was like, if this doesn't happen, which in this industry, so many things.
It can happen. Anything can happen.
You know what I
right?
mean? Like, things just fall through all the time. And then we arrived, and I was like, oh my God, that's Shawn Mendes. It's true. I love Shawn Mendes. So I was like, as big of a fangirl as all the other attendees of the show. It was
amazing,
very
though.
cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So now, Jackpot video. You've posted a few teasers on social media.
Yeah.
And I want to know everything. Spill the beans. So when can we expect it, and what can we expect in the video?
It's definitely coming this month in February,
Ooh.
for sure. And I don't want to say too much. It's fun. It's light. There's a lot of cast members, which I was
Okay.
really excited about. I really wanted to surround myself with people and just have it be kind of a fun couple days. And it's cool because we had such a good time filming that I was like, I don't even care if I like this video. Like, I had such a good time that it was so worth it, you know? And now we're starting to edit it, and it looks amazing. And
Awesome.
it was my first time, like, being on a set like that. And getting to star in your first time being on set is like, you know, I'm like, this is crazy.
Pretty wicked.
It's
Pretty
amazing.
wicked, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
how
excited.
involved are you in the whole producing, editing aspect? Are you on their shoulders being like, no, I don't look good here? Or do you just let them do their job and trust that they'll make the best thing happen?
Well, they did an amazing job, for sure. The first edit was like, it was awesome. But I am very picky.
Okay.
And I know what I like, which I think comes with age. And I'm not afraid to speak my mind, you know. And I think I've surrounded myself with a team that expects that and respects that.
Which
and
is great. You need that.
it's so integral to me. I'm super opinionated, you know, and I need space to have those opinions because I've worked for many years to build the art to be where it is now, and it means a lot to me. And I hope that my audience can trust, you know, that I'm going to bring them to, like, top quality, hopefully.
You have so far, so we love it. Speaking of new material, you have a new EP coming out later this year.
I do.
Do we have an estimated date of arrival?
We're hoping for spring.
Spring, okay.
I've been writing non-stop. I have so many songs, you would not even believe it. So now it just comes down to, like, figuring out kind of what it is. And I actually had a moment last night where I have these two new songs, one of them that I sent you and one that I wrote yesterday.
So amazing.
Oh my God. I'm
So
so
good.
excited. And I
I
think you're
love
going to
it.
like this new one. It's like,
Awesome.
it's spooky. I wrote it with this guy named Togs, who's nominated for 8 Junos, which is
Wow.
incredible. I'm nominated for 0. So, I mean, I'm like
Hey,
pretty starstruck.
you just wait. You just wait. In a few years, she'll be like, I would like to thank everybody.
I'm
And I
going
better
for
be on
those
that thank you
Grammys,
list.
you know? I'm going
Yes,
for those Grammys,
do it
so
up.
whatever.
I'll just follow you at my social media equipment and be like, I know her.
Yeah, come backstage with me. Oh my God,
Perfect.
that would be
We're
awesome.
making a deal right now.
Done.
It's
I
on
love
film. We're
that.
doing it.
Bring it on. Yeah, so last night I was laying in bed and I was listening to these two songs and I had this realization for the first time that, oh my God, this song is going to follow this song. And now I at least know that where there's two songs and the order that they're going to be in for this EP.
Awesome.
And it finally kind of started to form and make sense in my mind of like, okay, this is the message that I'm carrying for this project. And I think people are going to be surprised because I think, you know, Jackpot has done well, and Jackpot is a super inspiring song for me to have been a part of. I wrote that song with a gentleman named Hello Moth, who's a great friend of mine, and his production is obviously otherworldly, you know. But that song was quite happy for me. I tend to write pretty dark, kind of depressing music, and that's kind of what I like to listen to. Is this
we
like,
all love to listen to that,
right?
Because we can almost get into I don't know if I want to punch walls out, drop on the floor and cry, or take on the world. I love those songs.
Yeah,
They're
I love
fun.
all of that in that. You were texting me last night saying like, it's all these feelings, this new song, and I'm like, that's so great because Jackpot was kind of an anomaly for me in the way that I was like, oh, I guess I can write happy music. That's great, you know. But I don't expect that from me, you know. They're like, what's the next single going to be, like Jackpot 2.0? I'm like, that's my worst nightmare, man. Like I have new stuff to do, and when I'm done that, I'll have new stuff to do again, you know. So
keeping it fresh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Perfect. So now back to Jackpot.
Okay.
First time you've ever heard Jackpot on the radio. Do you remember where you were, what you were doing, and who you were with?
I was alone because I was on a radio tour for like 6 months by myself.
Oh, wow.
And Hot 107 in Edmonton. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. They were the first station to ever play me on the radio with Jackpot when it was released in early December. Like, I got added to like 2 stations in December, January. This is what people don't know. And then I got dropped. And I didn't get re-added until May.
Wow.
So I kind of thought, okay, my radio career's over. Like, I got to experience it. Cool, whatever, moving on. But they were the ones that believed in me when nothing was happening, you know, when they were trying to help me make something happen. So yeah, I was in the car in Edmonton after, on my radio tour and heard it. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. You know, and then to really think like, oh my God, there's people listening to this right now. Like, I'm not the only person listening to this right now. This is crazy, you know. It's such a weird world, radio. I feel like there's so much mystery. Like, I've been getting so many messages from artists being like, yo, like, who's your radio tracker? Like, how did you do this? And I'm kind of like, I have no idea. Like, it's crazy,
you know? It just kind of happened.
Well, the reality was that I won the Bell Media Future Breakout Star.
Okay.
And that happened in May, and that afforded me like 65 stations that added my song across the country. And that was from Virgin Radio in Vancouver.
Awesome.
And yeah, Jasmina, she really believed in me and honestly has given me a career at this point. So I'm very lucky.
Which we're thankful for, so thank you.
Oh my gosh, she has no idea. She's an angel.
Amazing. And thanks for shouting those people out.
Oh my
You know
God.
what I mean? Like, that's so great. I love it.
I only make music and try to become famous so that I can shout people out. You know what I mean?
Don't forget me. All right. So as I'm listening to Jackpot, I love music, and as I told you, I sit there and I go over a song so many times and just try to understand everything about it. And what kind of sprung into my head was, if you take away the instrumental music behind Jackpot, it could very easily be a slow ballad song. So
Yes.
I'm just wondering, did you always know that Jackpot would be an up-tempo catchy song, or did that happen further on in the process?
The song, lyrically and melodically, was written simultaneously with the production.
Okay.
So never was that separate. But it's funny because to me, and I say this to my band all the time, I'm like, if this song can stand alone on just a piano or just a guitar and still be a great song, you know, then that to me is the test of great music and timeless music. And yeah, I think about that chorus and it's like, you could slow it down and it's like, all that I think about day and night.
Yeah.
Just having you and it still lives and it still breathes and it's got life and it's exciting to me and I always test my music that way. I'll slow the tempo or I'll strip away the production and I'm like, okay, like it's still cool and it's still there and yeah, I'm quite proud of that.
It's a great one. And now, record deal, you mentioned it briefly. So you just signed with Sony Music.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I signed in New York with Disruptor Records, and it's an absolute dream come true.
It's amazing.
I was very nervous, honestly, signing a record deal. I had the blessing of having a record that was a hit when I was negotiating all of my deals. So it gave me a lot of freedom to kind of figure out take time and stand strong in who I was and what I expected from my team and what they would expect from me. And after I signed with them, I was like, okay, now what? Like, how does my life change now? Like, I'm so freaked out, you know?
Yeah.
And within the first week, like, my label head, Adam, he's such a comforting, gentle, but fierce and firm human. And I really respect how he's handled me so far. And I feel like he has just such a great understanding of what's important to me, you know? I had a call with my publicist, and, you know, she was like, okay, which brands wouldn't you stand behind? And I, you know, said one, which I won't name because that would be very awkward.
We'll get phone calls being like, remove
yeah, seriously, right? But I was like, I just, you know, personally, you know, it's a company that only lends to one body type. And for me, I was like, no, like, A, I'm not that body type, and B, like, I want to be, like, especially for women, I want to be accessible to any woman, and it's important to me, you know? And I kind of thought the label was going to be like, oh, I don't know about that, you know, like, they could offer you a lot of money or something could happen, but Adam was like, good for you. You do that. That's important for you to do that.
And
I
that's
was like,
great to hear, because so many times artists are kind of put in a shell and told what to do.
yeah.
So for you to have that control and for them to be on the same page as you you're lucky.
Well, and it's just not going to work for me. I could never be told what to do. It's
Perfect.
never worked.
Love it.
You know what
We're
I
the
mean?
same way on that aspect of things, I believe.
I got that feeling
Everybody
from you,
knows
Jess.
that. Yes,
I did.
right. All right, fan questions. Can we do a few fan questions?
Oh, yeah!
Perfect.
So people did respond
Yes,
on Twitter?
of course they did.
Hi, guys!
Hey.
Cool.
So Catherine on Facebook wants to know.
Hi, Kathy. Catherine.
Catherine, yes. Do you have a favorite quote or saying that inspires you? If so, what is it, and what does it mean to you?
Well, I really like quotes. Words are incredibly important to me. But I actually heard one today. I was in yoga, and the yoga teacher just said, go inside. And I don't know why it hit me so hard. I was like, you know, how much time in a day do we take to actually just go inside and figure out, like, what we're actually feeling? And so, yeah, that's kind of my favorite right now. Kind of simple, I guess, but
Love it.
I like simplicity.
It works.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Daryl on Instagram wants to know what inspired you to write Jackpot. Now, I know, but a lot of people don't know. So spill the beans.
Okay, so Jackpot was about a dude that was totally pissing me off. Like, obviously, every song I write is about some dude that's just pissing me off. But after I finished this song, I realized that this song is about empowerment, and it's about perspective. And it's about saying, hey, right now my life might not look the way that I want it to, but that does not mean that it doesn't have to be a dream life. And that does not mean that I don't have the chance to work as hard as I possibly can to define what my dream life is and then live in it. And it's a real testament. You know, this song is a testament to my life right now, because it's like so ironic to me that the meaning of the song is now how my life is, you know? So it's a great reminder of, like, life is good, you know? Even when things are frustrating, like my record deal, no one knows this either. It took 6 months to negotiate because I'm just such a picky biatch, you know? And that was a really tough time because I was just, like, sitting at home waiting. And I knew that all these things were kind of bubbling and being planned for me, but I couldn't do anything yet.
Yeah.
And I know all my friends were reminding me, like, maybe just, like, enjoy this time because your life's about to get really crazy, you know? And this could be your dream life, too, of, like, hanging out with your family and not being on the road all the time, you know?
Definitely. Happy balance, right?
Yeah, totally. It's so hard to find that sometimes, but it's
can be.
crucial.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Emily on Twitter would like to know what is on your bucket list.
Oh, my God! So many things, Emily. So many things. I have so many dreams. I want to write a book. I want to travel to Europe. I would like to live in New York. I would like to take an acting class. I'd like to learn to cook. And I would like to buy my mother a home.
I love that last one.
That would be great.
I always say that, and people always
Really?
look at me like, yeah, like my mom and my dad and my grandma. I'm like, I want to be able to, like, set them up for life. Wouldn't it be, like, the best feeling ever? Because these are the people that brought us up and gave everything they could for us.
Oh, my God.
I want to do the same thing for them, right?
Oh, my God. My mom was a single mom of 4 kids under the age of 6. And I just don't even understand how she survived that, you know? So, yeah, I would love to be able to pay her back.
Pretty sure that'll be happening soon.
I hope so.
Yes.
I'm judging you right now.
I know you are, and I'm judging myself. They don't film. I hit the curb.
Yeah, you hit the curb hard. Whatever, we had a nice chat. No one will ever see it, but it's fine. I remember
Like,
it.
we could have landed an Ellen gig with this interview.
Oh my god, I love Ellen. Yeah, it was crazy. And I wished I was in Nashville, actually. I love Nashville. I've never been to Nashville. Can't wait to go, but I've never
I do love
been.
Nashville.
Never
It's a
been.
great place to be.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go
need
there.
to
You
have-
know, like, this is kind of crazy. It was very cool.
And everyone knows your song, and now it's going out to the U.S. as
Yeah.
well, correct? That's going to be huge.
I got sent my promo schedule for radio, and like starting this month, I'm gonna be like busy
Amazing.
in
So
America.
keep it locked on her social media channels at I am Jocelyn Alice.
I'm gonna be posting.
Love it. What's going through your mind as you're playing these huge shows?
Well, iHeartRadio was crazy. I went to LA with my bassist Lisa and played for all the programmers. Is that the right
That
word?
sounds right. If
don't
not,
know.
we'll just add it to our
Yeah.
Jocelyn dictionary.
Okay, I like that.
Perfect.
That's
We're all
great.
set. Hashtag cool.
Oh man, program directors.
Oh, that sounds good.
I don't
too.
know.
Whichever
The people
you
that are in
are.
charge. Love you guys, by the way. Her name was Lou, and I was like, I'm gonna have to name my baby Lou one day.
Love it. Heard it here first. We'll keep that in
Don't
the
steal my name,
archives,
people.
Right.
Don't make it all popular before my baby comes.
All right. So thanks.
All that I think about day and night.